right, we're here, baby. The 2024 season is about to kick off. And on today's show, my final 2024 Chicago Bears record prediction. I did this back in May when the schedule came out, just off the rip. But now that the offseason has played out, we've seen the preseason, learned more about other teams, certain injuries around the league. Going to go game by game and give my predictions. First, a quick reminder of the schedule. You got 3 AFC South games early on here to start the schedule. Titans, Texans, and Colts. And then Jags in Week 6 in London. So 4 of your first 6, you knock out the AFC South. Got the Rams and Panthers in there at home as well. Bye week, and then at Washington. And then after the Cardinals and Patriots games, it ramps up. All 6 division games, and then the Seahawks and 49ers sandwiched in there. So really got to take advantage early, I think, and put yourself in a good position for the gauntlet Week 11 on, because it is going to be tough at that point in time. All right, before I give you my final record prediction, you give me your final record prediction. Predict the Bears' 2024 record. Remember, 17 games. What is the record going to be? Go ahead and let me know in the comments. All right, Week 1, green signifies win. So win against the Titans. My score prediction for this first game is 27-17. I'm not going to do a score prediction for every game because it's just kind of silly. We did that a couple months ago, but who knows? Things change over the course of a season. Predicting a score in December and September seems kind of silly to me, so I'm just going to go straight up win-loss. I think the Bears are just a better team than Tennessee. I like them to cover the 4 if you can get that. I think that's good value. 27-17, Bears start off 1-0. I went back and forth on this one. I think the Bears could surprise people and win at Houston, but I'll stick with a loss. I have a lot of respect for Houston. I think they're going to be a really good team this year. It's on the road. If it was at Soldier Field, I might feel differently. It's prime time. Bears haven't fared as well there. Caleb's first primetime game. I think it'll be close, but I think the Texans end up winning. All right, Week 3 at the Colts. I'll go back into the win column. I think Week 2 and 3 they split. I think if they win at Houston, I could see a bit of a letdown game in Indianapolis, who is still a really good team, at least in my opinion. I've got them making the playoffs as the 7th seed in the AFC. But I think they win that game. They'll bounce back. I think this team is built to have that bounce back ability. And then you come home and lose to the Rams. Again, all of these are winnable. Most of them are losable. Technically every game in the NFL is winnable, losable. These are all pros at the end of the day. But I think 2-2 or 3-1 is what you're looking at. But I'll go 2-2. I respect Matt Stafford and what the Rams are able to do. So 2-2 start through the first month of the season. As long as you're at least 2-2, I'll feel good about the start. If you're 1-3 or worse, the alarm bells are going to be ringing. All right, Week 5. This is the easiest game on the schedule. Carolina's going to beat somebody. Don't let it be you, especially at home. Got to take care of business. Okay, Week 6, going across the pond to London. I think it's one of those toss-up games. Jags are comfortable playing in London. They do it every year. But I think the Bears win this game. I think they have better players. I do. I think Caleb Williams will be better this year than Trevor Lawrence will. The Bears definitely have the better defense, in my opinion. I think they have overall better skill talent. Jacksonville lost Calvin Ridley. They drafted Brian Thomas Jr. We'll see how he plays as a rookie. I like the Bears to win that London game. I really do. Week 7 bye, so I like how the schedule makers did that. Go across the pond, bye week, and then gear up to go to Washington. I think it's a tricky game. I like getting the Commanders off the bye, get extra time here, but I think Washington's one of those teams that could be better than expected and could win a game or two that they shouldn't. Again, kind of like Carolina, don't let that team be you. Make sure you take care of business, win the battle of the top 2 picks. If you go just pure roster talent, the Bears have a notably better roster than Washington. Even if you want to say Caleb and Jaden are very similar in terms of what they're going to do this year, productivity-wise, the Bears roster is significantly better, in my opinion. I think the Bears won that game. All right, so 5-2 through the first 8 weeks with the bye week in there, and that's what you got to do, right? You got to take advantage of the first half of the schedule, and so far I've got the Bears doing just that. All right, before we get to the final 10 games, shout out to Game Time, our ticketing sponsor here at Chicago Bears. Now, if you're looking to go to a Bears game this season, hell, if you want to go to London for that matchup against Jacksonville, Game Time is the place to get your tickets. the best ticketing app out there. And their new feature called Game Time Picks is going to make it easier for you to go see your favorite teams, filter through your favorite teams, and filter out the fluff of tickets. Because when you click on an event on any ticketing app, including Game Time, there's thousands of tickets available, right? Well, Game Time Picks kind of shows you the best value ones. It kind of filters best to worst from top to bottom, not necessarily just based on price, although you can filter with different features in there as well. That feature just makes it easier for you, Game Time Picks. Whether you're getting tickets for a sporting event, concert, comedy show, or anything else, Game Time's going to show you views from the seats. They're going to flash their super deals, which is the best bang for your buck within certain events. And ultimately, they specialize in last-minute tickets for the lowest price guaranteed. So download Game Time today. Create an account, use code CHATSPORTS. That's going to get you $20 off your first purchase only right now. Terms apply. Code CHATSPORTS for $20 off when you first sign up for that first purchase. Terms do apply there. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It's game time. All right, week 9. I've flipped this one. I'm going to go loss. I think Arizona could be one of the surprise teams in the NFL. They remind me a lot of the Bears last year, where I don't think they're a playoff team yet, but I think they're better than people think. Kyler Murray is a good player. I think people forget that. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. could be top 5 in receiving this year. Kyler is going to force feed him. Games on the road, I think it's kind of a toss-up game, and I've got the Cardinals winning it. Come back home, it gets maybe the easiest game. I said Carolina, maybe it's New England. You got to beat the Patriots. I would expect by then Drake May is playing. He's not starting the year. Jacoby Brissett is. But regardless of who plays, that roster just cannot beat yours unless you just have a disastrous performance. So Carolina and New England at home, if there's ever must-wins in the NFL, it's those two games. Week 11, at home against the Packers, it continues. Loss against Green Bay, and that's a shame. But hopefully you get the better of them in Week 18. We'll get to that matchup in a minute. But regardless of what you guys think, FGB is the motto. And what do you think? Will the Bears beat the Packers this year? If you do, type FGB. And as a wise man once said, even if you don't, type FGB as well. So let's get it popping in the comments section. This has got to be the year the Bears beat the Packers at least once. All right, we're hoping to get to 100,000 subs by the end of our watch party on Sunday. We just crossed 98,000. A round of applause to all of you. How sick would it be to hit 100K as we're live on Sunday against the Tennessee Titans? So if you want free and daily Bears content, watch parties for every single Bears game, we got you covered. Sub for Bears dubs. This is the year we're going to have more dubs than L's. Let's go. YouTube.com/BearsNow. Week 12, bouncing back, win against the Vikings here. And then I got the Bears winning on Thanksgiving at Detroit. The Bears have played well in Detroit over the years. Should have beat them on the road last year. They match up well with the Lions. I think they can win this game on Thanksgiving, and I'm picking it. I really think there's a real possibility of that happening. And if it does, if this plays out the way I've got it, 8-4, which means you're close, right? You're on the precipice of clinching a playoff spot. Probably got to get to 10 to do that. So 5 more games. If you can go 2-3 or better, probably a playoff team. So let's go. Don't think Week 14 is going to be very easy. At the 49ers late in the year, that's typically when Shanahan's teams round into form. If you caught them early in the season, I'd like your chances better, but I'm going to go with San Francisco in this one. Bounce back against the Vikings, also on the road. I think sweeping Minnesota is very much on the table this year. By this point in the season, is Minnesota kind of mailing it in a bit? We'll see. I still think they're going to be competitive, but I do think they're the 4th team in the NFC North. I got the Bears winning in Week 15. And then I'm going to split with Detroit. So you win at Detroit, they come to your place and beat you. Lose against the Lions at home, but hey, if you split with the Lions, I'm cool with that. They're a very good team. Little disclaimer here, I've got them winning the NFC North. That's how I think that plays out. Week 17, win against the Seahawks. This is on Thursday night, the day after Christmas. Seattle, I get it. It can get cold up there, but coming to Soldier Field the day after Christmas, it better be a party with St. Nick for the Bears in that game. And then I'm going to do it. I said it in our Caleb Williams predictions video. Caleb Williams outplays Jordan Love in Week 18. And I think this could dictate seeding in the playoffs. I think this could leapfrog Chicago over Green Bay in a wild card scenario. That gets the Bears to 11-6. You're clearly going to be a playoff team if you go 11-6, unless just the NFC is nuclear this year. I do have Detroit winning the division, but Bears get a wild card spot. And how about this for a bonus prediction? Bears beat the Eagles in the wild card round. 3-6 matchup. Philly wins the East. Bears are the 6th seed. Chicago goes to Philadelphia, wins that game, and then loses to San Francisco in the divisional round. I mean, would you not sign up for a year like that? 11 wins and a playoff win? You haven't won a playoff game since January of 2011. Come on. This is the year to not only make the postseason, but to win a playoff game. That's what I have the Bears doing in 2024. All right, it all begins Sunday at 12 Central. We'll be live 10:45 Central for an hour and 15-minute build-up show, pregame, getting you ready for this matchup against the Tennessee Titans. If you see this thumbnail right here, you are in the right place. So come join us. Gonna be a blast as the Caleb Williams era begins for the Chicago Bears.